Well, good evening. I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame for this very auspicious recognition. I'd also like to give thanks to my wife, Annie, for her continued support over this journey. I'd like to also thank other family members who are here this evening. My son came in all the way from Wisconsin with his family. I have two brothers, one that's very young, the other one next to me, and my granddad, and a cousin. The cousin came in from Virginia. My stepdad and my youngest brother came up from Long Island. And my brother next to me actually doesn't live very far from here. He is from Petersburg, Virginia. After seeing that video, it's actually covering a lot of what I was going to say. But I do want to address two thank you highlights that have occurred along my life journey. And that number one would be thanks to that fourth grade teacher. Repeating the fourth grade helped pave the future. A newspaper quote that best describes the importance of my teacher's decision. Indeed, when I was in the fourth grade, I had difficult reading. If I had many hours to take the test, I would have probably got 100 on the test, but the tests were timed and I was reading too slow. On the other hand, I was doing 7th and 8th grade math. But if the fourth grade teacher had not had me repeat that grade, I don't think I'd be an engineer today. The second thank you, I'd like to give a shout out to my first manager at GE, who had me work on a GE made, you gotta listen to this is a GE made laser that didn't work. And reference was to that in the video. Being the new kid on the block, that means I was the youngest PhD in the group at that time, my manager, who didn't know anything about lasers, wanted me to see if I could get that laser to work. And I was a lab rat that felt very comfortable in that environment. And after working for several months, I did get the laser to work. And indeed, it enabled me to affect this particular well of copper to aluminum, which is the subject of my first patent. You may want to ask why we're interested in joining copper to aluminum. At that time, GE was thinking about winding motors with aluminum because it was cheaper. This was in the mid-70s. But you are not able to connect to the outside world from a aluminum conductor to any electrical source. So you had to make that transition from aluminum to copper, and that I was successful in doing. These are just two of hundreds of thank yous that has brought me here this evening. And I'd like to thank you all for this wonderful recognition.